Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to do a repotting video for my new Zygopetalum. I know a lot of you have asked me to do a repotting tutorial for this orchid and here it is. So first we will squeeze the pot and it seems like I have a pretty good root system here. And before we start, I want you to know that you shouldn't repot a Zygopetalum orchid if the orchid is not completely soaked. As you can see, this medium, which is peat moss, it is full soaked. It is very wet. And this is how you need to work with a Zygopetalum because the roots are very fragile. I think these are the most fragile roots that I have ever seen on an orchid, so you need to take care of that. I'm quite happy that mine is so healthy, and for the ones of you that don't know this, Zygopetalums are terrestrial orchids or semi-terrestrial depending on the particular hybrid or species. So what this means, it is that the roots don't need that aeration that other orchids need. You know, most of orchids are epiphytes. Well, this one it isn't. So we need to take care of it as in according to her needs. And for the ones of you that didn't already seen my Zygopetalum care tutorial, I suggest you do so. I will put a link in the description of this video. So I will try to gently remove all the medium that I can, but I won't really work too hard on that because I can always use a very strong shower to remove the medium from the roots. You shouldn't take the orchid by the root mass because they will break. You should always keep the orchid from its base. The roots are very fragile, so we don't want to break those. Look, I already broke one and I am very careful, so this is how tricky it is. I'm very happy to see so many growing root tips. That means this orchid doesn't have snails. And I think I will take the risk and I won't spray this one with hydrogen peroxide because the Zygopetalum roots are very fragile and we don't really want to burn them. So because I'm not seeing any snail activity here, I don't see any signs, I think I might risk with this one and see what happens. I have sprayed in the past Zygopetalum roots with hydrogen peroxide and nothing happened, but I don't know why. I feel like I want to risk with this one. But you should definitely spray yours with hydrogen peroxide because that will kill all the snails that the orchid may have. And I think at this point I will just stop and I will go to the sink and I will shower the orchid as best as I can because if I try to work more with these roots I might break them and we don't want that. So I will pause this video now. And here we are, guys. As you can see, my root system, it is a lot cleaner, and all I did it is to flush the root system as best as I could. I also have removed some pieces of sphagnum moss from the middle of the root system. I think I still have some little pieces, but I feel like if I try to remove these little pieces that are left behind, I will just break more and more roots, so we don't want that. If we take a very close look at my orchid pseudo bulbs, we can see that I have some new root tips starting to grow, and this is what you're looking for when you want to repot a Zygopetalum orchid. You want the orchid to be in active growth. I also have a new pseudo bulb here, a new one that is starting here, so I have two on this side, and I also have a pseudo bulb starting here. So I think I will have 3 or maximum 4 new growths from this orchid, which makes it a very healthy one. Also, she has a good root system. I will not spray it with hydrogen peroxide just because I don't think the orchid has snails, and I don't want to damage more this root. I already heard some roots that snapped off, and I'm already very sorry for that. So I will go and bring the pot. As you can see, I will use a 13 centimeters pot. This was actually a decorative container. I think I should have done these 2 holes a little bit lower down, but I will see what I will do. Maybe I will try only for this orchid to leave the reservoir bigger, see what happens, see how the orchid does. And I will repot this orchid in semi-hydroponics, so we don't have any drainage holes, we only have these 2 holes, which will ensure the reservoir, so the orchid will have constant moisture. As medium, I will use Leca beads. So I will use Leca beads in the size 4 to 8 millimeters. You can see they are quite small, and they are perfect for semi-hydro. So I will add a small layer on the bottom of the pot. I think this is enough. And now I will gently place my orchid. I will try to center it actually, because the orchid is growing all around. I have 2 growths here and 1 on the other side, so I want the orchid to be centered to have as much space for new growth as possible. And now what I want to do, it is to add a very small layer of slow release fertilizer. You have link in the description of this video for the medium, for fertilizer, and for all I use actually. So what you want to do usually, it is to place a small amount of slow release fertilizer in your orchid pots. Now for each pot that is 12 centimeters, you can add 1 gram of slow release fertilizer. Now because my pot, it is a 13 centimeters one, and it's also a lot more deeper than usual pots, I can add about 2 grams. So that is what I will do. I will add this amount of fertilizer, and you want to add it when your orchid is filled, when your orchid pot is filled 3/4 with medium. So about this is enough, and this will ensure your orchid has constant nutrients. Now I will lift a little bit the orchid up, because my pseudo bulbs are a bit buried. But you want to make sure that the base of the plant, it is in medium, because these orchids don't grow aerial roots. So I will add a little bit more medium. So like this. Now I will place the tag. And I think right now I can safely cut this flower spike, because it won't grow anymore. So alright, now let's show you how I water orchids that are in semi-hydro. So all you need to do, it is to fill up the pot and let it drain. Like so. Now it will drain for a few seconds, and that is all you need to do. When the reservoir will be empty, so all the water will be absorbed, you you can safely water it again. And now all I need to do is place the orchid on a sunny location. I will personally keep mine in my balcony or in my garden depending on the season. Right now it's summer, so I can safely put it outside and she will have all the sunlight and the natural air movement, rain and whatever nature gives her. So alright guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if this is the first time you're watching a video on my channel, please consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date with all my orchid videos. Thank you for watching and see you all next time. Bye!